A new calculating film hits the box office this weekend. Movie reviewer Matt Perrone takes a closer look to see how it added up with audiences.
Welcome to another Monday. This weekend's box office went pretty much as expected. No surprise hit pulling in an outrageous amount of money, but the weekend's clear-cut winner did perform better than expected and beat out its next closest competitor by double the money. The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck and a well-known supporting cast, was a favorite among movie audiences this weekend, so of course I had to go check it out. And here's my take on this action/crime drama/thriller. Our movie begins with a young Christian Wolf played by Affleck. He is shown to be a boy with a highly functional form of autism. A specialist wants to take him into a special school to help him thrive, but his father decides to leave him in the outside world so he can learn to cope and fend for himself. We then see an adult Christian. He's a math savant that struggles with social interaction, but using a small CPA office as a front, he's the accountant for many of the world's criminal organizations. On the flip side of the coin, the Treasury Department crime division is searching for him. They know what he does, but aren't quite sure who he is. From his handler finding out that they are getting close, Christian takes on a legitimate client in order to fly under the radar. He goes to work for a robotics company where a young accounting clerk has discovered a problem involving millions of dollars. As Christian gets to work, we get to see his efficiency and math skills working at their peak. Going through 15 years of books overnight, he finds the discrepancy but is taken off the assignment before he can finish based on the apparent suicide of the supposedly guilty party. Despondent and having to quit before he was finished, Christian moves on but soon finds out that he is the target of an assassination along with Dana, the accounting clerk. As the movie progresses, the action heats up as Christian not only has to keep himself alive but has to make the difficult decision of whether or not to help another while his condition screams against it. Christian sets out to find who has targeted them and put a stop to it. All the while, we see the puzzles of the past coming together. We see how Christian has become the way he is, along with what led him down this career path. We get to discover the Treasury Department's interest, along with possible ulterior motives. One thing is for sure, all these paths are going to converge, and it's never quite clear who your enemies or allies actually are. So, I was definitely interested in seeing this movie. Whether you love Ben Affleck or you hate him, you have to admit that he takes on a diverse set of roles. And I was interested in seeing how he mixed the action with playing a character with the condition that he had. And I'll have to say I enjoyed it. I think Affleck did a great job in portraying the quirks of his character along with the growth from beginning to end. And I'd have to say hats off to the supporting cast, although with the group that entails, I think it would be pretty hard to get a less than stellar performance. I found that some parts of the movie are relatively confusing and hard to follow. I think it's one that should have a second viewing, knowing the outcome, so that way you can pick up on the parts you missed in the first viewing. The action sequences are just fantastic, and when mixed with the protagonist's mindset, basically you come out with some pretty morbid but extremely funny situations. Listen, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't really enjoy this one, and I'm looking forward to that second viewing, hopefully to clear up anything that I may be fuzzy on or close any plot holes that I think may exist. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, I was skeptical. I think you have me sold. Thanks, Matt. Oh, keep it here. We have one last look at your 7-day forecast live from the State Fair and Main Intervay.